Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Let's get into some praise right now. Let's go a little old school right here. One of my favorites. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Pastor Haynes up next. For the rest of my life, I will serve him. I know you got a good word this morning.
Oh, Ricky, you know I love this song right here. Clay Evans lets us know if you want the rest of your life to be the best of your life, here's what you do. Make up your mind to serve God. I love this song because the song lets us know that in spite of what has happened in our past life, the good news is we have possibilities in spite of our past. This song says, for the rest of my life, in spite of what went on yesterday, the good news is I have a better tomorrow because I've made up my mind that for the rest of my life, I'm going to serve God. Life is about service. Life is about giving. Life is about what you do for other people who cannot pay you back. Life is about how you allow God to use you to touch others. If you want your life to count for something, make sure that you value touching other lives, blessing other lives, because life ain't about you. It's about what God does through you. And so this song lets us know if you want the rest of your life to be the best of your life, may it be a life of service. But then also this song simply says make sure that you keep focused on the goal that's in front of you. If you want your life to count for something, you've got to have a goal. You wouldn't play basketball without a goal. If you played basketball without a goal, you're just wasting time. But once you have a goal, that gives you something to look forward to. And once you connect with the God above you who has nothing but love for you, God gives your life a goal. God gives you something to look forward to. You wake up every day energized with expectation because you have a goal in front of you that orders your steps and orders your stops. And so I don't know about you, but I've decided that the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life because I'm going to serve God by serving other people. The rest of my life is going to be the best of my life because God has given me a goal that will give my life a sense of purpose and direction. So thank you for going in the weekend with this song, Rick, because this song says the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life because I'm serving my great God.
Oh, man, that's a good word, Pastor Haynes. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, thank you, Ricky. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at FH Unscripted. I'm also on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and I'm also on YouTube. My channel is Frederick Haynes.
Hey, Pastor Haynes, I apologize for my crazy Facebook post. I know you just laugh and keep scrolling.
Oh, I love them, man. I love them. I love them. They keep me going.
I know. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Thank you, man.
Y'all, thank you. 8 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page. Coming up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 12 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by My Computer Career. Family, if you don't absolutely love what you do, go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today and become an information technology professional in as little as 4 months. That's mycomputercareer.edu. All right, sitting in for Eva this morning, we got the wonderful Mila Jean Thomas.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay, I'm going to jump right into the news. We are back on Corona this morning. Stocks dropped like crazy yesterday over reports of coronavirus cases rising in parts of the U.S. Now, that coupled with the Federal Reserve saying that they won't be raising interest rates, and then another report of high unemployment caused stocks to drop more than 1,800 points. 30,000 people will start the final phase of testing on a vaccine for COVID-19 next month. There are a couple of other vaccines being tested in other countries this summer, too. And if all goes well, we could know which of those vaccines actually work by the end of the year. Now, no surprise here. President Trump failed to take the opportunity to unite the country during his visit to a Dallas church yesterday. The visit was a fundraising event and a roundtable discussion on policing, but none of Dallas's top law enforcement officials, all African American, were invited, so there you go.
Oh, wow.
Now, Trump is threatening to send troops into Seattle, Washington if the mayor and governor don't do something about protesters who've taken control of a police precinct in that city. So far, Governor Jay Inslee and the mayor are not on board with that idea. And in other news, the suspect in the shooting of a sheriff's deputy in California is now dead after a standoff with police. And after protest over the death of Breonna Taylor, Louisville, Kentucky's Metro City Council voted unanimously yesterday to ban the use of no-knock warrants. I'm Euro with a look at your news. Rock T is having some internet issues. So we're going to jump to Gary with the T. What you got going on?
All right, y'all. Now, everybody's talking and raving about Sierra, y'all, and her wonderful son, Future's a hair Wilbur, y'all. It's been reported, y'all, that he got his first haircut, y'all. They're saying, yes, Future's hair, honey, just got a big boy haircut. Now, they're saying recently, you know, Sierra, honey, she shared the exciting news, y'all, with her Instagram fans by posting a photo of her son crouched, y'all, in front of an outdoor basketball court. Now, they're saying in the photo, the 5-year-old can be seen wearing a Kobe Bryant Lakers jersey as he debuts his freshly cut hair, honoring the late and great NBA star. Now, quote,
How old is he?
He 5 years old.
Okay, that's Future's son.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that. But anyway, they're saying... I gave him that fresh cut stepdad, Russell Wilson proudly shared, y'all, in the comments. He got inspired, y'all. Now, they're saying in a separate photo, y'all, you know, the child can be seen, he's rocking a red pair of basketball shorts and from an NBA legend, Michael Jordan. And they're also saying he's wearing some little Jordan shoes with him. Now, they say they don't know about it, but they say they think he's going to be ready for basketball. But now, in another picture they have of him, he's wearing a beautiful gold chain and a nice, beautiful gold watch, y'all. And people are raving about that. Now, the only concern I have about that is 5 years old with a gold chain and a gold watch.
You don't have nothing to look forward to, but that's, you know, you have to let people raise their kids. You know, you can't say
his own.
Yeah,
much.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you know, bless his spirit, though, y'all. But, yeah, it's
I don't care if I was a billionaire. They might,
I know.
Go get a job. Go get a job.
We had Mickey Mouse watches when we was 20, so, but
we
I
didn't
mean,
have those. Even though
okay.
I to get a Mickey Mouse watch.
Okay, now,
That's two different income tax checks.
That sure is, believe it or not, honey, because I was proud as hell, honey, for my little Mickey Mouse watch, and my daddy gave it to us, honey. I'm like, my God, we got us a watch now. But anyway, congratulations to
Is Annette still living?
Who?
That was my favorite musketeer, Annette.
No, and that Foncello ain't living, Ricky.
Oh, she not? I didn't know she had passed.
Yeah, she had like a Parkinson.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they gone bless her spirit. All right, the Kahlua today, honey, is one of my favorite Kahluas. My Kahlua today, y'all, is mauve. On the high end, you say mauve, and on the low end, you say beautiful grayish silver. That's your Kahlua for today. Brad got your hot spot up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
There it is, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 29 minutes before the top of the hour. Y'all sitting in for Brad this morning. We got Eva with a hot spot. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. That's right. I'm sitting in for my girl, Brat Tat Tat, and I got what's happening in music, movies, and more. So yesterday, Neo responded to all that backlash he received for thanking George Floyd for his sacrifice before singing at his funeral. Now, Neo wrote, I never said he was a willing sacrifice, but the sacrifice of his life was the spark that was apparently needed to create the energy for change. But the unfortunate truth is the world has not united like this in the name of justice for black people ever. And you know what, Ricky? No good deed goes unpunished. It doesn't matter what Neo did. They were going to have something negative to say.
I just don't understand. I don't understand when people know somebody's heart. Okay, you didn't say, you didn't word it right, but we know what you feel and know what you meant. We know what you mean. Like, it's a common sense thing. Nowadays, you got to make sure that you write, proofread, overlook everything when you can see through people and see where their heart is and stuff and go in on somebody when you know damn well what he meant. Everybody ain't say exactly what needs to be said, but you know what they meant. And I just thank God for common sense and common courtesy, which a lot of people don't have.
Absolutely. He's not a linguist, okay? He is a singer and an amazing one at that. And he did an amazing job.
Criticism culture we live in.
Absolutely.
Now, moving on. Yesterday, Beyonce's reps, Gary, you would like to hear this. They denied that the superstar is actually in talks about signing this $100 million deal with Disney. So the Sun reported that Beyonce agreed to a $100 million deal to work on 3 upcoming projects and that she would work on the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. Well, Hollywood Unlocked has confirmed that story is 100% absolutely not true.
Really?
So, no, she is not signed on to do that. She was Nala. We loved it, and she moves on. Last but not least, congratulations are in order, though, for Miss Beyonce. Yesterday, Billboard released their list of the top songs of the year, and coming in at number 2 was Savage, the remix by Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. Now, that is absolutely huge. Beyonce's seen that place before, but Megan Thee Stallion, that is her first time at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. So congratulations to her. And the number 1 pick was Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Congratulations to the both of them. Looking like black excellence on the top of the Billboard. All right. That was the hot spot. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel. And coming up next, Rock T got them HBC, you know. And in the meantime, in between time, hit us up for those wake-up calls. That's 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
HBC, you know.
Say mine. Say mine. What up, man? Rock Teasy up in the house. It's going down, baby. HBC, you know, in the building. We're going to always highlight, showcase, and put a spotlight on our heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our phenomenal, historically black colleges and universities. Oh, we going down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama today. We're going to pay a visit to Stillman College, established in 1876. Home of them Tigers and Lady Tigers. Home of the Blue Pride Marching Band, a.k.a. the Pride of the South. Let's talk about one of y'all's on right about now. Oh, yeah. We're going to honor the late, great Sergeant Major Gilbert Johnson, one of the first African-Americans to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps, one of the first African-American drill instructors to take it to a whole nother level. His nickname was Hash Mark because he had more service stripes than rank stripes. He spent 32 years in the U.S. Armed Forces. Count them if you ain't got nothing to do. He personally led 25 combat patrols in World War II and the Korean War. And oh, by the way, the Montfort Point Facility Camp in North Carolina was renamed Camp Gilbert H. Johnson in his honor. It was the first military installation to be named after an African American. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBC, you know. Man, good stuff right there, Rock Teasy. Hey, coming up next, man, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Colley with your COVID-19 updates. You don't want to miss that. All that up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Colley this morning, man. The time right now is... about 45, 46, 13. You know when they get on that 7, I can't flip that math. As long as that baby say 15 till I'm at 15 before the top of the hour, 14 before but boy, when they get into that those odd numbers, my math, I was never a master. I'm good with English and history, but math, I just don't understand. Numbers don't make sense to me. I count that money though. Anyway, we got the one on the Dr. MJ Colley on with us this morning. Dr. Colley with our COVID-19 update. Good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley and all the Rickey Smiley Morning Show listeners. Today it's time for your coronavirus update, and this is where we are. 2.06 million confirmed cases in the United States, with 622,000 documented recovered cases and 115,000 deaths. It seemed like just yesterday we were approaching 100,000, and we're up to 115,000. So we're still at roughly 1,000 deaths per day death rate. Ricky, 20 states have increased cases in the past week. Okay, so this is since we have started opening up things. And let me just give you some information about where this is taking us. We had a patient in her 20s who had no comorbid conditions, who had been on a ventilator for multiple weeks. It basically destroyed her lungs. She had to have a double lung transplant, and that has been successful so far. She's still hospitalized, but spoke her first word since the transplant yesterday. In Los Angeles, film and TV production will start today. So, unfortunately, L.A. County reported its highest single-day total new cases of the coronavirus since the outbreak began yesterday. That was a total of 1,941 new confirmed cases. In Africa, the number of cases doubled in the last 18 days. They went from 100,000 in the first 3 months to 200,000 in the last 2 weeks. So the numbers are increasing. Now, some of this increased confirmed cases is a statistical event. That's due to increased testing. However, a true and real data point is the increased number of hospitalizations and the increased use of ICU beds, and the real number, the increased and persistent death rate. So that's where we are with that. Are we opening up too soon? were we were being effective. We were flattening the curve. We had some great response when people were social distancing and staying on lockdown. And now that things have opened up, we're seeing the effects of that. It has come, the prediction that numbers would increase is real now, and that's where we are. So everybody's saying, well, we need to increase testing. Well, we talked about the nasal swab, the PCR test. That confirms whether you have disease at that moment. But the antibody test is the one that's going to make a major difference. And so the test is done, but it depends on when you do the test. If you do the test too soon, after a person is infected, the body hasn't had time to make the antibodies, so the test could be negative. But if it's positive, you should have protective immunity. The body produces those antibodies called neutralizing antibodies, and that should give you some protection. So researchers say there's no evidence that people can get reinfected with the virus after they've shown antibodies. So that was a question that had been out there. People were discussing, does having antibodies mean you are protected? So far, there's been no cases of reinfection once a person has shown that they have these neutralizing antibodies. So that's where everybody in the U.S. wants to be. Everybody wants to have tested positive for the nasal swab, then tested negative for the nasal swab, then tested positive for the antibodies. Yes.
Dr. Carly, do you think that there's different strands of the coronavirus? And do you think like around about December, January, that a lot of folks that caught the coronavirus and got over it with no symptoms?
Yes, that's definitely the case. There have been, I think, multiple documented mutations, but the mutations have not been significant enough that it would change the severity of the virus. It has not made it milder. But again, a significant number of the population have been asymptomatic. They have gotten it. If people got antibody testing, they could confirm their status, because most people have not been wearing protective personal equipment. They're not wearing their masks. They're not social distancing. So they have been exposed, just as the National Guard troops have been last week during the protest.
Hold that thought right.
What's happening in the population?
Hold that thought right there. I'm going to bring you on the other side, and Dr. Carly is going to come back and tell y'all how one of the ways that you can stay safe from coronavirus and what you need to take. Coming up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Carly that's on with us this morning. We're talking about the COVID-19 update in our community. We're keeping you updated. And Dr. Carly, let everybody know what they need to do to stay safe. We already know you need to wear a mask and wash your hands, but tell them the most important thing you could do.
Okay, the most important thing you can do is boost your immune system so that you're prepared and your body's prepared to fight this coronavirus from attacking you. So there are supplements that you can take that have been confirmed in scientific clinical trials and studies that will boost your immune system. Zinc is required for antibody production and immune cell differentiation. Antioxidants, vitamin D, and omega-3 fish oil, they inhibit viral generation and production. And then vitamin D is so important to proper immune function. It directly regulates the immune system, and it supports the gastrointestinal and respiratory microbiomes. So your vitamin D dose should be a minimum of 5,000 international units per day. 5,000 international units per day. Vitamin D supports. Yes.
Let me stop it right there, because a lot of people got vitamin D, but they missing that part. It'd be like 1,200, 1,500. Say that part again and tell them that vitamin D also kills things that causes cancer.
Oh, absolutely. There have been documented and confirmed studies that vitamin D will protect you from a variety of cancers in men, prostate cancer and colon cancer, in women, breast cancer, colon cancer, and cancer of your female organs. Vitamin D is just magical. It is a great anti-inflammatory, and it truly, truly boosts your immune system function. But people oftentimes underdose if they're taking it at all. Or they see it on the label of a multiple vitamin and say, oh, I'm getting vitamin D, but it's only 300 or 400 international units. You need a minimum of 5,000 international units to maintain ideal benefit from your vitamin D. So get your product that has 5,000 international units of the vitamin D. And again, the World Health Organization, the CDC, all of them are recommending vitamin D as your immune system boosting supplement.
All right, y'all, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Carly. Hey, Dr. Carly, real quick, let them know how you can be reached.
You can reach me on all social media at Ask ASK Dr. MJ. And we're going to be doing a live Facebook Live on Wednesday. So I want everybody to get ready for that. That's going to be really, really big. We're going to be talking about all the things you can do to protect yourself. We do not want to be benefactors of this second wave that's coming. We don't want them saying African Americans are disproportionately represented and dying at a higher rate. We want to take care of you. So plan on tuning in for that. And we will see you on Monday, Rickey Smiley.
There it is. I appreciate it, Dr. MJ Connie. Gary got the tea and the clue today. Coming up next, what you got, Gary?
Coming up next, y'all, 2 Hollywood African-American men fighting like animals. I'm going to tell you who they were up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 6 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Friday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Former 106 and Park host, y'all, Terrence J, y'all, he was catching the heat, honey, the other day, y'all, for shouting down at Marlon Wayans, honey, after accusing him of benefiting from nepotism in Hollywood. Now, it's been reported that Terrence J, he was trending on social media after a conversation that he had with Marlon Wayans about supporting black designers, honey. And they said it dissolved into Terrence just screaming and hollering at Marlon and saying that his career had been handled to him because his brother Keenen Ivory Wayans gave him a job. And a lot of people are saying, is that so? But which we know, Keenen Ivory, he made a way for his family. He gave all of them a job, honey, and stuff like that. But my thing was, if y'all just shouting over the black designers and stuff, that was kind of, that wasn't too hetero-ish. But they was acting a plum fool.
So what was the issue? Was he saying that Marlon does not wear black designers?
Yes, and Marlon went in his Hollywood mansion and started going all in the closets and everything, showing Terrence J that he does wear Virgil, the designer of Louis Vuitton and what have you, and saying that he does wear black designers and stuff like that. But I'm like, that was kind of crazy.
I mean, we got to get to a place where we got to stop tearing each other down, because Terrence J, I assume he supports black designers too, right? And he's a graduate of an HBCU, but he also rocks white designers. The man wears Versace and Gucci and everything else, so don't do that.
But he said when he was on 106 in Park, I guess he had a lot of black designers sending him clothes and what have you and stuff like that.
Yeah, because no one else would at that time, because he wasn't a big name.
Yeah. And just for the record, Marlon Wayans is talented as hell as a producer and a writer.
And a comedian.
And, he creates a lot of his own work. I mean, Keenan might have opened the door, but he still had to do the work.
That man, the bottom line, that man, I seen that man headline and go after a whole bunch of comedians, including myself, and he closed the show and did a really good job and was funny. So
exactly.
Damn that.
Yeah, so we don't see, honey, but I was like, golly, honey, was it that serious? But I guess it was.
That sounds personal.
Yeah, and a lot of people said it was personal, but then they said they were just joking. But honey, if you watch that tape, honey, they sound like they was really getting into one another, but they squashed it up at the end of it. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, let's continue to pray y'all for Vanessa Bryan. And I already said this was going to happen, and it's happening. It's been reported y'all that Vanessa and her friends are saying that pro athletes are flooding her damn DM. They're saying these athletes are desperate, honey. They're trying to get with Vanessa, honey. She just recently got tattoos of Gigi and Kobe on her body and what have you. And they're saying that these men are wanting Vanessa. She's only worth $600 million. But they're saying that she honey, she grieving. Leave her alone. But why men do that? And that's probably some of his best friends. So they say it's 2 professional athletes. They're saying that it's another big wig A-lister in Hollywood as well, honey, that's, going in her DMs and stuff, which you know that was going to happen.
That's not surprising, though. Vanessa is a drop-dead gorgeous woman. And you saw what happened with Lauren London. They were shooting a shot before her man was even in the ground.
I know. So, Ricky, what is that about men, y'all? Special do men, y'all do that? Do y'all read the obituaries?
I mean, Special K didn't die or anything. Special K went on vacation for about 3 weeks or whatever. And I mean, me and his wife went out to dinner several times.
Yeah, I mean, but we talked about it and we got past it. At the end of the day,
how many years ago was that? Okay.
That was 7 or 8 years ago, but at the end of the day, I still needed a job, so you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we text every night, and he said we can text or whatever, but we hadn't been to dinner or anything like that, but we text, and Special K know how I feel about his wife, and I tell him to his face, man, I love her.
Yeah. And a good job is a good job, so I'm not going to mess that up over some feelings.
Yeah, I guess not.
Indecent proposal.
Okay, that's like,
Yeah. Gary, they got the tea.
they got the 800, but this girl knew that she needed her check and it wasn't coming from Special K, so she knew where the money was. So, hey, get your coins where you can. So I ain't mad at her.
Good business move on her part.
Okay. Yes, Lord, honey. Now, in my final story, it's being reported that R&B singer Monica is now allegedly dating R&B legend Allen Iverson.
R&B
That is
legend,
what?
NBA legend.
I mean NBA. I'm sorry, I can. Huh? What'd you say, Eva?
That's a cute couple. What, Gary?
Allen Iverson?
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy.
He's a great guy.
Real nice.
Yeah, but I mean, Monica just seemed like a nice, sweet, wholesome girl. I don't think.
Nah, he ain't in them streets like that. You know,
Don't do
older.
AI like that.
AI,
He
he
heard
ain't in them
nothing
streets
bad
like
about
that.
Allen Iverson.
No, man, he's a real nice man. He's a good friend of the morning show. We absolutely love him.
And he just got that, Reebok money or Adidas
he
money?
is the answer. The
That's the
answer.
answer. That's his name.
The
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, they say they've been friends for a while. They've been knowing each other for a long time.
Might as
Or
well.
stuff. Well, I guess y'all.
Those
I
make
wish-
the best relationships.
Really? Well, I wish I had a voice here to say differently, but nevertheless.
Well, he got the last bow leg one.
Don't do that, Gary.
He got the last
Hold on, he got
bow-legged
the
woman.
last what, Ricky?
The last bow-legged chick, Marjorie Harvey, Monica, and that damn what's the name from the first Friday? Bow-legged.
You talking about?
Holly Berry bow-legged, Jada Pinkett bow-legged. And,
Most of us bow-legged. If you black,
no,
then you
that's a lie.
Ricky
You
beg
ain't
to differ.
bow-legged.
I am extremely bow-legged, and my kids are bow-legged.
No, you ain't the kind of bow-legged. Let us tell you bow-legged. You ain't. You might be, but you ain't. Yeah, kneel long, but you ain't the kind of bow-legged that bow-legged that we talking about.
Yeah,
It's a certain kind of bow-legged that we be talking about. You ain't not.
You gotta have a booty too.
Now
that
you
ain't
ain't
you.
got to have no booty if you got a bow. Man, I can't explain it, but all the men out there listening know what I'm talking about. And I ain't talking about your knees bad. I'm talking about like real bow-legged.
Yeah.
Chick used to run track. Something like used to run track a little bit. Whatever.
We're going to say what they need to be, honey, on the next hour. All right, the color today, honey, is mauve. On the high end, you say mauve, and on the low end, you say grayish silver. Now, okay, even that's what we're going to do next hour.
Okay, give me some time.
I got your wake-up call. Get at me, 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY, Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Hey, here we go. It's Friday. Come on. Come on. Get up. Wake up. Come on.
My name is Vera Glass. I'm calling from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I want to wake up my husband, Calvin Glass. Wake up, wake up, wake up. This is Connie. I'm calling from Birmingham, and I'd like to give a shout out to my 2020 graduate, Donald Billups. Mom and Dad, we love you. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is the incredible Mike T calling from Philly, from West Philly up to Cheltenham. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
To the wake up call from Indianapolis, Indiana. My daughters and son, Ramon, Rayana, Ray Asia. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning, this is Curtis.
It's a Tasha.
It's Boo Miller. It's Big E. And we like to say, wake up, wake up, wake up!
Hey, I appreciate that.
Hey.
Come on, come on. Wake up.
Cincinnati, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey.
Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate that, Brad, man. Listen, man, the wake-up call is being brought to you by America's Best. That's right, your health is our priority. America's Best contacts and eyeglasses stores are now open safely. Serve your vision needs. That's right, man. We're going to make sure we serve you safely. Serve your vision needs. You make sure you get on down to America's Best and check them out. It's not just a better deal. It's America's Best. They got chicken and waffle mix, all that and more coming up next. Ricky Smiley Morning Show. But next, we got Church in 60 Seconds with Pastor Fred. You don't want to miss it. Ricky Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all give it up and show your love right now. Church in 60 Seconds with the one and only Pastor Fred.
Yes.
Whoa! Bills? How many of us have them? Bills?
Yeah.
Oh, ones we can depend on. We pay bills, bills.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Woo! Brother Ricky, if that is empty thing.
That's what, sir?
Empty thing.
that can rattle my attitude, it is bills. I know we have them. We all have them. There are many that are listening right now that need to pay bills, have no money, have more bills than money. Bills on the left, bills on the right.
Yeah.
Back up. And jump. That's wrong. That's the wrong song. Yes. Bills in the front of me.
Yes.
Bills behind me.
Yeah.
But Brother Ricky, I get excited every time I think about it. I'm so glad God gave me a Proverbs 31 wife. When she sees me going down, when she sees I need a little help, I stop by to tell you that the woman God gave me, she gives me money when I'm in need. I got a need. I got a need. Say it. Say it. Say it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
All right, Pastor Fred, let everybody know how you can be reached.
You can follow me at The Real Pastor Fred.
Boy, that church is 66. Boy, I grew up in that, man. Just imagine, I grew up, that was my life every day. I lived with my grandma. So when somebody start preaching like that, I get tickled. Anyway, this thing, Gary.
I can see you not just sitting in the church just laughing, or like they say, snickling.
Oh, my grandma used to get mad at me. I couldn't help it when they start winding up. Especially when you get them preachers, they got to answer, hey? And that used to tickle. I think I always been an idiot in my life. This segment's being brought to tears in my eyes. I'm so excited this morning because it's being brought to you by AARP Black Music Month. To celebrate Black Music Month, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show is giving you a chance to win $100. So make sure you click on rickysmileymorningshow.com/AARP to enter. Sponsored by AARP. Battle of the Sexes, man, y'all get at me, 866-9-RICKY. If you want to play Battle of the Sexes, you can call me right now, 866-9-RICKEY. One man, one woman. Call me, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Y'all lying on the ones and twos. Chicken and waffle mix going down. What up, yeah?
I'm good, man. Yo, just gearing everybody up for the weekend, of course. Yo, make sure you hit me up on the Instagram at JAHLionZone.
Yeah, I wish I could be sitting on an island quarantining and mixing like you, bruh. I'm going to hate on you every day, bruh. Every day.
Yo, anytime you're ready, yo, you're welcome to come down, man. Just it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, John Lion.
Yeah, man, my pleasure, man.
Let JAH Lion Sound. Y'all make sure y'all check him out on IG, man. Black Tony, what's going on this morning? What's up?
Hey, boy, I'm excited this morning, boy. I'm excited, boy.
Boy, that's 2 days in a row. Right, T.
Hey, Rick.
Come on now.
Hey, Carl, hey, Shotty, what evil is, boy? Evil though.
Yeah.
You know I'm always here. I go to work.
Hey, Shotty, Shotty, my sister just told me who you is. Shotty, I ain't know who you is. Like, Shotty, I ain't know you was on the top American Marley. Shotty, my sister told me that. Yeah, she said, yo, you was top model, or she the top model in the whole United States and America, Shotty. I'm like, boy.
That was 17 years ago.
They said she got
it was
like
17 years ago.
She won the contest.
17 years
like
ago,
50
Rick.
million, boy.
Man, you ain't.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Shawty, but this ain't, Evil, I ain't never asked you for nothing, Shawty. I ain't never asked you for nothing, but look, boy. We were looking back at the show, boy. You was on there with Terry Bank. Boy, look, you need to hook me, boy. Shawty, I know you got her number. The chick with the big head, boy.
Tyra's single,
like
too.
The big forehead, boy. Hey,
Tyra's not single. She's not old. Tyra's seasoned. She's not old.
Boy, look, I hook your boy up. I'm talking about boy. Hook your boy up. Let me get that number.
Well, what are your qualifications? What should I tell her about you?
I had to tell them Black Tony. You know, I'm out here in these streets.
That's all she need to know. That's all she need to know, Black Tony. I know that's right. You ain't got to give her no credentials. Tell her who you are.
You need a hood. I like shouty. She need a real. Next one down the most.
She from Inglewood.
Huh?
She's from Inglewood. She from Inglewood, California.
She ratchet then, shouty. I know she ratchet, but hey, just shout it. She give me that number, cuz. Stop playing.
And Black Tony, you got bank hair credentials?
Yeah, tell her, boy, I just got my Escalade cleaned up, boy. I'm ready to do this thing, shout it. Give me Terry Bank number for real, shout it. Please, do that.
Okay, I'm going to leave it on your desk at work, okay? So when you come to work, you can come pick it up.
Hold on, see, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 4 minutes after the hour, Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Friday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Congratulations, y'all. Go out to Miss Wendy Williams, honey. It's being reported, y'all, that Wendy Williams show, y'all, this week, y'all, was renewed for season 12, y'all.
Awesome.
They said Miss Williams is coming back, honey, which we all happy about it and stuff. I love Wendy. I watch her every day religiously, honey. And, you know, yesterday, Rick, I was watching Wendy and Eva was on there, so it was really...
Eva, you was on Wendy Williams yesterday?
Yeah, I think I did one of the...
You can't tell nobody.
It was a run, but yeah, she was on there.
It was a rerun.
Oh, okay.
You said a run.
Yeah, I call them runs. But yeah, she was on there.
My red African outfit.
Yeah,
was that before quarantine or you was on
It was
Zoom?
before quarantine, but it was during Black History Month, and I went there so pro-black. So I'm glad they played it this month because it's very appropriate.
Exactly, honey. And Wendy really was revving up Eva too, telling how much she liked and stuff. And she was saying she really don't like Eva being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She Eva got more class than all the girls on the show, honey. But I was like, ooh, now wait a minute, Miss Wendy.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing, though, and I feel the same way because Ricky, you talk about it all the time. I feel like there needs to be a proper representation of black women. And don't get me wrong, I think the other girls do their thing, but they don't totally represent black women as a whole. So I feel like what I bring, what I bring to the table is a different black woman. It's your sister, it's your cousin. So I might not be like your auntie, but I still exist in our community, and the white world needs to know that all of us exist. So that's why I'm there.
Yep, and Wendy kept saying it. Even at the end of the show, she told Eva, "I still love you, but I just hate seeing you on that show." She said,
"I just don't like the confrontational stuff. I don't know. It's just I'm a man. It's just hard for me to watch, and I switch on there for a minute. You know, like I can watch Cynthia's scenes when she doing stuff with her fiance."
Because she's positive.
Stuff like that, or if you and Mike doing something. But boy, when y'all get together, I turn the channel. I'm just be honest, because I don't like that. I don't like.
You like to see Portia thickness, though.
Yeah, I love to see Portia walk off. Now I rewind that part and isolate that.
Yes, and Candy is his sister, so he love Candy.
Yeah. You know, my feelings about Candy is just like genuine, and you know, when it comes to Candy and Tiny ain't even on the show, but when you see Candy, you see Tiny, you see Tiny, you see Candy. So I'm real sensitive about them because that's 35 years of friendship for real. So
yeah. Candy's good people, like salt of the earth, good people.
So congratulations to Wendy. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Okay, people are still talking, honey, about all the madness that's going on, honey, with Russell Simmons and all this other stuff, honey. And these women, now we talked about it yesterday, and now one of the women that, you know, was allegedly raped from him, she's speaking out saying, you know, what she got to say and what have you and stuff. But my thing is, you think, shouldn't Kimora speak out? Because
she has spoken out.
Really? Because I haven't heard her voice yet. So she's
Kimora spoke out when all this stuff first came out. These are nothing but allegations. Nothing is factual. And a lot of these women jumped on this bandwagon of the Me Too movement, assuming that Russell Simmons, this mogul, has all this money. He can just pay these people out. But Russell cares about his name. He's not going to pay people on a lie. So that's not going to happen. He did not do it, and he's going to stand by it, and people that know him support him.
Yeah, well, Oprah knew him, honey, but she still said, honey, she was going to be part of that documentary.
She don't know him that well.
But anyway, all right, moving on. Okay, now
don't you just hate how somebody can just tarnish your whole image? Even if you prove that it's not true, it's still out there. And the thing about it is, it need to be some laws and make everybody sit down and take a lie to take the test and make it admissible. And if you get caught lying on somebody, destroying, they can sue you for every damn thing you got for taking for messing up my image, my reputation, pain, ache, counseling, and everything else, and restoring my image. You know what I'm saying? It should be
that man has kids, he has daughters. You can't just say stuff about someone. It's not true, but then it just stick to your name. And they do that to our people, and we have to support each other.
Oprah said, I will not be silenced by Russell Simmons or no one.
That's right, baby.
All right, then. Okay.
Well, neither will I.
What's she got to do with it?
She's Oprah, and she's, honey, the God of all things, or the goddess of all things, what Oprah said.
Apparently.
Yep.
Apparently.
So that's what she got to do.
Ain't in my Bible.
Yeah, so she was getting them all, honey. So I'm like, all right, Miss Winfrey, girl, say what you got to say and mean it. That's why she did the show.
But you know, man, people gonna stand up against it, because a lot of men just kind of feel like what's going on. Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying?
He's worked his life
you might not have
to
your
create
money,
a name.
But we have a voice,
Exactly.
And shoot, man, Russell Simmons has been good, have done so many even when I was on the Doug Banks morning show, Russell Simmons was always a guest on the Doug Banks morning show, coming on, talking about wonderful things, positive things, pro-black businesses, whether it was the Reach card and all the
He wanted to come on last week when he heard what you were doing, Ricky. Russell Simmons is always in the trenches. He is always, and it might not be on social media posts, but he is always in the fight for black people.
And if it weren't for Russell Simmons, it wouldn't be no Bernie Mac. It wouldn't be because if it weren't for Def Comedy Jam that just blew all of us up and put us all out there, man, I mean, he's just awesome. But he took all those hours in line to take the test, and he passed it.
And he paid for him himself.
Yeah. So the chicks that accused him, are they willing to take a lie to take the test? And I'm not trying to sound sexist or whatever. If you accuse somebody of something, damn it, prove it.
It's just being fair. You just being fair. It's not about being sexist, but it's two sides to every story at the end of the day.
Prove it. Take a lie to take the test.
They took that man's whole life from him. All his businesses he stepped down from. It was just disgusting. And I hate the way they could continue to do him. And I will always speak out against them for him, period.
Yeah, but he's still doing yoga. I mean, they had pictures of him on the beach doing yoga.
Yeah, be quiet.
What the hell they got to do with anything?
The Lord today is a mole. On the high you say mole, on the Lord just say grayish silver. I mean, I saw him.
Man, I can't stand you, man.
Just clock out.
For real. All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the team.
One time.
All right, listen, man. All right, so there's a movement across the country to reform, defund, or outright dismantle police departments. So what's the best plans for moving forward? So let us know what you think. I want to know what you think. Call us up right now, 866-9-RICKY. We'll talk about it next and what's trending. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 11 minutes after the hour. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 23 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. Stop living in fear of the IRS and stop lying and wait word about the IRS garnishing your wages and freezing your bank accounts. Call Optima Tax Relief, 800-829-3181. That's 800-829-3181. Special K, good morning.
Yep.
So we're talking about defunding the police. Where are you at on this, and what are you hearing?
Well, I think the wording of the thing, defund the police, is misleading, because what people take that to mean is, okay, so these activists want to take all the money away from police departments and break up police departments across the country. And that's not what they're talking about. When they say defund the police, what they're talking about is we have these bloated police budgets in these different cities that some of those funds need to be reallocated. Like New York City, for example, they have a $6 billion budget for the police department. And what the activists are saying is, why not take some of that money and instead of militarizing the police, buying tanks and all this kind of warfare equipment, let's put some of that money back into community policing and different programs within the police department so we can kind of reform it and reinvent what the police department looks like.
Absolutely.
So we don't have so many of these issues. That's basically what it means.
Yeah, and they need the retrain or whatever, because, man, they got to get rid of the warrior mentality, because when you have the president of the United States, I remember in one of his campaigns, he was saying, hey, go ahead and hit him in the face or whatever he said. And
don't be so nice when you're putting him in the car. Be a little rough with him. It's okay.
Right, and what that does is it just kind of get them riled up and let them know that it's okay. Like, go ahead and do it, and if you go to jail, I'll give you a pardon. And it's kind of like a dog whistle, kind of like a green light.
And another thing, Rick.
Yeah.
You got small cities like the size of like Huntsville, Alabama, and like Columbia, South Carolina. You got smaller cities. The police departments have military equipment. They got Humvees. They got damn near tanks. Like, they don't need that because that puts them in a certain mindset that they're on a battlefield and they're really not.
So the reality is that people don't realize that the police departments are overfunded. So when they say to defund the police, that doesn't mean to alleviate or eradicate police force. They're saying to stop overfunding them. So police are at the top of the line item in most cities for a budget and receive more monies for their programs that have nothing to do with crime prevention at the root. So defunding is a gradual process that will reallocate the police budgets back to the community to develop crime prevention programs so that they don't have to worry about policing us so hard. So the idea is not to take the money away from the police, but the idea is to take that money and to put it back in the community so that we can solve the root of the policing issues.
Right. All right, let's go to the phones. 8669 Ricky, good morning.
No, I don't think they should defund them. They need to be held accountable. We need them to be prosecuted. We need them to be locked up. I have nephews and cousins and relatives that are cops. We don't need their money to be taken away.
You see how the president is? He all for himself and rich people. Ain't nothing gonna change. Even though I vote, I agree 100% with Black Lives Matter, but there's nothing going to be done.
We need to just reform the police. They just need better tactics and training.
Each and every department needs to be looked at, and yes, defund if necessary, but don't dismantle.
My name is Phil from Richmond. I think we should defund and distribute the wealth instead of sending it all to the police department. How about we revitalize these public schools?
Oh, this is Bruce calling from Cleveland. How about, first of all, we use a different word. How about we demilitarize the police? How about we, if you ever want to mess up a topic, they choose the right words to get everybody confused. We need to demilitarize the police.
Yes. Yes. I don't know if you watched Cuomo's show on CNN last night. I watched that every night, and then I liked the exchange between him and Don Lemon. I do not miss that. He was on it. And when he broke down systemic racism last night, this is Cuomo. I keep saying Mario Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo. And what's the governor first name?
The governor is
Andrew Cuomo. So Chris Cuomo was breaking down systemic racism last night, and he made it very crystal clear. And when Don Lemon comes on, man, I swear, Don Lemon in a nice, calm, cool way tear Donald Trump's ass up, and it just really kind of broke all that stuff down, talking about but what's really important, the gentleman that called in and said demilitarize the police department. They spend all that money. That money can go into YMCA, go into local programs. It could go to summer job programs, all kind of programs, because when the kids don't have anything to do or whatever, and they out here, they get into stuff and get into trouble, and you train the police and then the other thing is, why white cops that don't live in the area patrolling certain areas? You patrol where you live. How about that?
Because like me and you was talking on the phone yesterday, I told you I got a nephew that's a cop, and he patrols the area that he grew up in, and he's able to de-escalate a lot of situations
because you have the relationship.
He knows the streets, and he knows the people, and he knows what works in those situations.
Imagine the cop pulling the, hey, Peaches, come here. I know your mama, right? Now, why are you out here doing this?
Yeah.
Hey, give me your phone. Call your mother right now. Hey, this such, I'm over here. We at such and such. I'm about to send her to you. If you have any problems, you get back. Like, I had a police officer in Birmingham at the McDonald's on First Avenue, and I thought I was acting up, being a teenager, being goofy, all up on the cars and stuff. And he took me around the back of that McDonald's, man, and put me up against that wall and gave me a good 15-minute cussing out what I needed. And I love that officer to this day. That's what I'm talking about. Because that could have went the wrong way. I could have got slammed on the car, handcuffed, other police cars, tasered, in jail, whatever. He took me behind that McDonald's and just handed me my ass. You know, like, let me tell you something. Put his finger in my face and told me and got me straight, and I just appreciate that.
That's love.
Every time I see that officer to this day, and then I had one police officer, I had got mad in the 9th grade and tore my room up. You know how you used to throw them tantrums and tear your room up in the 7th grade, you used to throw a little tantrum. Man, that police officer came, trying to make a point. Police officer came over there, and he put the handcuffs on me in the front and made me sit down on the couch. And my sister was crying because she thought I was going to jail, and that scared the life out of me because my mama had already staged it or whatever. And every time I see that police officer to this day, he'll pull them handcuffs out and wave them. He said, Ricky. And I laugh. I look at him, start laughing. I said, no, don't do it. You know, but that's an example of community police, and both of these are wonderful, awesome African-American police officers who I still have a relationship with, and it's an ongoing joke now, but that right there let me know how to behave. Don't do this in public. You can't be doing this stuff. I care about you, but I'm not going to let you do this, and don't ever do this again. Do you understand? Yes, sir.
That was the key, though. They cared about you.
Right. But you don't care about people that you don't live around and you don't identify with.
Right. You see them as the enemy. And people that live in the, if you live in the suburbs or whatever, and you can't be coming down to the hood, policing our communities if you ain't spending no time. You don't go to church down there. You don't shop at the grocery store down there. You don't shoot basketball on your off day with everybody at the gym. You know what I'm saying? You don't do none of that stuff. So when you come in to correct, so your job is to come in and correct anything that needs correcting, but it's no kind of love or positive reinforcement or anything else. You know, it's all when you do something bad, then I interact with you. But you know, on a good day when there's people, you just ride down the street in the police car and you ain't stopping out, getting out, throwing the football with the kids and developing. You ain't showing up. None of those police officers showing up to none of the kids' graduations and coming out to support the kids or whatever. You just wait for them to do something bad. And I call it slave patrol. That's all it is. It's slave patrol. Sitting around here thinking everybody he's a suspect. He could be doing something wrong. Do you know if you develop some kind of relationship with some of these kids, man, or whatever, they look up to you because you're somebody that graduated and you're doing something with your life. Man, you could be some kind of wonderful, positive, awesome influence. But when you think all of them are bad or going for bad, then there's no relationship. Well, remember that one family member that always ready to beat your ass, but they don't ever give you nothing? They don't come to no graduation. They don't do nothing for you. But anytime you do something wrong, you always ready to pull the belt out and beat somebody else. But you don't show up at graduation. You don't make no sandwich. You don't cook for me. You don't take me swimming. Nothing. Just that always ready to beat your ass, though, when you do something wrong. That's what that's like. But you got that uncle that'll beat your ass, but also take you swimming, also show up at your high school graduation, that also let you come over there and spend the night and take you to the fair and all that kind of stuff. You have respect for them because you know that the correction is coming from a place of love. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's about that time for Battle of the Sexes. Yes. Boy, we got Philadelphia in the house. What's your name, man?
My name Kyrie.
Kyrie from Philly, and we got Lauder Hill in the house. What's your name, love?
Tisha.
Tisha in the house, man. Fellas finna represent. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go first. Hey, man, don't let Eva intimidate you, man. Just focus, all right? Because she's gonna try to throw you off. Here we go. All right, let's start the clock. Here we go, love. What famous black bodybuilder is the first to win Mr. Olympia title 8 years ago in a row?
I don't know. Pass.
No, it's for her. It's for her.
Oh, pass.
Okay, you probably have 6 or 8 of these in your car, but only one on your lawnmower.
What? 6 of them in my car, but one on a motor.
Okay, the answer is spark plug. Which sport? In which sport is the champion awarded a green jacket?
Wow.
Come on, Tisha.
I pass. I don't know that one.
The answer is golf. In which sport do they place a gold blazer on you if your Hall of Fame induction, what's
A gold blazer.
Yep.
Yes.
When you get inducted to the Hall of Fame, which sport?
I want to say boxing.
NFL. All right, the Army's. Yeah, I'm gonna go and ask you this one because you was confused in the beginning. The Army's 82nd Airborne Division is stationed at this well-known base in North Carolina.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
The Army's 82nd Airborne Division is stationed at this well-known base in North Carolina. I'm gonna help you out. In North Carolina. Fort what? Fort what?
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox. Ricky, all these questions are too hard. Those were
wait a minute, Eva.
They really hard.
Those wasn't that hard.
Questions.
They were hard.
I would have got two.
Some hard questions.
I got one for you. I'm gonna throw this one for free. What popular HBO series follows NFL teams through the day to life training camp? It's on HBO.
What popular HBO series follows NFL training camp?
Yep.
You know this.
Wow.
Tisha.
I don't watch football, to be honest with you.
Oh, damn. Bro, if you just get one, you'll win.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Damn.
Hopefully I get one.
All right, come on, Eva, let's go. Start the clock.
Wow.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Grafenberg spot is the medical term for what female part?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Grafenberg spot is a medical term for what female part?
Okay, I don't know.
A woman uses, it's the G spot. A woman uses retinol for her what?
Retinol?
Mm-hmm.
Pass. I don't know.
Wrinkles on her face. Clogs are type of what?
Nails?
No. Shoes. Ah, this is looking good for us. On your wedding day, this is a promise you make to your partner.
Promise to love her to...
Pass. Don't pass. Pass.
Promise to love you till death do us part. I don't know.
Which is, what is it?
It's a vow.
There you go. That actually is right. Okay, I'm going to give you one more, though. What is a doula?
A doula? I got one right. That's all that matters.
Person that deliver babies.
You better tell him, Gary, or Erica Badu's other name.
Yes.
Doula.
Yeah, doula. But we won anyway.
Doula oblongata. Well, you won over there, Philadelphia.
Brothers be struggling, but we did it, though. Yeah.
Sure did, Jack.
Y'all did it. Y'all black men are on top right now.
Yeah.
God.
That was hard.
Man, hey, love, are you okay over there?
I don't know nothing.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
All right, my man won. Philadelphia Special K. Let him know what he won.
Philadelphia, congratulations. Here's your prize pack from the Dollar Tree. You got a 4-count box of unscented SOS pads, a 64-ounce bottle of Arizona Kiwi Mango Iced Tea, a bag of Jack Link teriyaki flavored beef jerky, one super absorbent car wash sponge, a bottle of Head & Shoulders shampoo and conditioner, a bag of animal crackers, a 6-piece set of mixing spoons, a 50-count bottle of Nature-Made 5-milligram vitamin C capsules, and an 8-count pack of strawberry sugar wafers. All this from the Dollar Tree.
Hey,
thank you for playing Battle of the Sexes.
Hey, Special K, what is all that worth?
$8.
I got one of them super absorbing car wash sponge.
I need that car wash sponge.
Y'all give it up for Battle of the Sexes, y'all. Oh, man, my stomach hurt. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Oh, man, what that remind you of? Come on, take me back, Rock T.
Oh, man. I'm telling you what, dog. When that song came on, you was at your school dance. You holding her around her hips. And you try to get that little feel on, but she bring your hands back up to her hips.
Man, don't you hate it?
She's going swaying from left to right. Come
and
on,
she
man.
got on some wet and wild lipstick.
Yes.
Ready for the world.
Listen.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
I I actually sung this song in a talent show in Miami when I was like 20 years old.
No,
I
you
was just
didn't.
about to say, man.
I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had on some tight white Calvin Klein jeans and a tan tank top. I had about 6 gold chains around my neck and a Jerry curl. I was killing them. I was killing them.
Man, rest in peace, Gerald Coley, man. My college roommate sung that on the talent show at Alabama State. He had a real Jerry curl. And he had it kind of like slick on the side going back. And he sung that on the talent show, man. No, he sung that on the talent show in high school. High school, because we went to high school and college. You know, he taught me, say, hey, man, you can go to Alabama State. Alabama State going to be jumping. But listen, man, yeah, he would tear that up, man. That was ready for the world, man.
Hey, shout out to Miami. Shout out to Miami. All the folks from Miami that know Big Daddy's 8600. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That Friday night talent show. I won $50 second place. Show did.
So why was you in Miami? Did you used to live down there?
I was stationed down there. I was stationed at Homestead Air Force Base.
Oh, you was in the military?
Yeah, you know that. I was stationed at home. Yes.
What was your name?
Homestead Air Force Base.
Proud
Air Force.
So was that before or after you went to prison?
Before.
Well, that was before. That was way before. I didn't become a criminal until in my 30s.
Between you getting out of the military and you going to prison?
It was a lot of years. That was a lot of years.
How many months you did in prison?
18. But I want to talk.
Oh, you did 18?
Yeah.
Which was in there, man?
No, it was a misunderstanding.
He was ready for the world, hell.
They're not gonna put you in prison for a misunderstanding. What you went to prison for?
No, it was a misunderstanding. It was just a lot of, I didn't have good legal counsel. I hadn't yet met Michael Sterling.
And you did so did you do fed time or you did state?
Yeah, it was fed time.
Right. So this song ever came on while you was locked up?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes, it did.
Cake voice went from happy to sad. Quick.
No, sir.
Did you have the white Calvin Kleins on?
All right, no, sir.
Yes, he did.
Hey, DL. Hey, DL.
Hey, now what's happening, man?
Hey, DL. Hey,
What's
DL.
happening, baby?
Yeah, they trying to do your boy wrong, man.
Hey, DL, did you hear that?
I did. I tell you what. Oh, them tight Calvin Kleins and that third time, make me go pay my warrant. That's all I'm saying.
I know that's right.
I can't do it. I got my eyes way too light to be in the joint. I can't do it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy. Bone in the joint.
Hey, DL. DL, he said he sung that on the talent show in Miami, had on some tight white Calvin Klein jeans.
The thing I took away from that whole thing is he did it when he was a grown man.
I was 20, DL. I was 20.
Man, he was grown.
I was 20. We all made questionable choices.
You made choices back then. It was on purpose.
It was questionable. I ain't gonna lie. It was borderline.
Yes. Hey, DL.
It was borderline.
Yeah, it was.
DL did he?
Choice.
And then he went to prison. He did after he got out of the military. He went to prison and did 18 months for writing bad checks.
I was not writing bad checks.
Was apparently stolen.
They probably weren't there.
It was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, it was a misunderstanding. He forgot to pay for them.
Right.
Man,
Stole the Calvin Klein.
man, why would you tell the story? You know we're finna bring D.L. Hughley on the show. He's sitting on the phone listening.
I was incredulous. I could not believe it.
DL, you know me, man. You know I'm certified, bro.
Oh, man. Brooke Shields say nothing come between me
We
and
all
my
made
Calvins.
mistakes like that, man. Come on now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only, man. He needs no intro. One of the original kings of comedy performing at the Improv. Is it Addison or Arlington?
It's Addison.
Performing at the Addison Improv this weekend. This is probably the reopening of the beginning of the reopening of Comedy Club. I hope I'll open back up and we can safely laugh and have a good time. Y'all give it up and show your love for the one and only D.L. Hughley.
What's up, kinfolk? Everybody good?
Man, we good, D.L. I wanna apologize for bringing you on to that. Cause that ain't no way.
That made my morning. You got me. I think I'm gonna go get me a Ready for the World 8-track. That's what I gotta go get.
Yes,
Oh man,
I think that's what I need.
Hey, dear, I'm gonna tell you this before. We went to the White House, had a meeting with President Obama. We went to the White House. Special K went. We were supposed to be meeting, interviewing President Obama. We got to the gate, and they ran a background check. And they said, "Sir, you clear to go." So I kept walking. I already knew he went to prison. I wasn't looking back because I scared. If I look back, I was going to turn into a pillow of salt.
Yeah, they politely escorted me back to the hotel.
Yeah, baby.
And you know what?
Last savings on that soup too.
That is and you could tell that was the Obama administration, because that's the last time the police gently escorted a black man anywhere. Time. Even the way we got locked up was different then. It's crazy.
Right. Man, it's so much stuff going on, man. DL, I've seen you on everything. And now a lot of the focus is on the Breonna Taylor's case. It was her birthday the other day.
Yeah.
And man, just imagine that being in your bed. Just the state of America. What is your take on everything that's going on?
I think that this is really the first time we've ever seen the reaction to it. But black people dying in public space and in full view is as American as apple pie. It's what has always happened. I mean, it's always. So I think for a long time they were callous to it. And I think that ultimately the world was locked up and they were forced to see things. And I think in succession they heard about Breonna Taylor. They saw what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, and they saw what happened to George Floyd, and it was a lot. And I think it's the first time America was under quarantine so long that when they came out of it, Black Lives Matter. That's how long you know what I'm saying? People start caring about Black Lives. And like Drew Brees, the statement he made, if he'd have made that statement 3 weeks ago, it wouldn't have been a problem. But making it when he did, after America has had a different view of it, he went from Drew Brees to Cool Brees. He's so apologetic. It's insane. Right. So I think I was at home getting a haircut, and this white couple comes up to my this mobile barber, because my wife won't let nobody in the house. She's like, right, take that out there. So this white couple came up and they said, we're so sorry. There's an older white couple, and I said, what do you mean? He said, well, we so sorry the way everything looks, and we didn't do enough, and we're just so sorry. And I'm so glad that even if this man got in office, he showed us what we held a mirror up to us, and I'm so sorry, and we're gonna it's gonna get better. And I said, hey man, thank you. That really brought tears to my eyes, because I've never seen that happen. It's people protest. It's more people, and that's why what's funny to me is when people don't understand. We're in a very tenuous situation. We have people now who are taking up our cause, and it's white men and women and Asians and Latins. It's people getting shot with rubber bullets. It's people getting ran over by cars. It's people getting beat with billy clubs for us, and because this is a rare moment of time. And that's why when I hear people tripping off the Congress wearing kente cloth, if they get this legislation passed, they could do it in braids. I don't give a damn what. Matter of fact, if they get this police reform bill passed, I will braid Nancy Pelosi's hair myself. Dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
With the organic sulfur 8. I don't care what it is. So.
So DL, I want to know about your new book. You have a book coming out on June 30th.
Yes.
It's called Surrender White People. Are you as unapologetically black in that book as you are on air every day?
Well, I don't know how to be anything other, but it's called Surrender White People. Our unconditional terms for peace. And it's a funny book, but ultimately it's this. I'm not talking about. White people need to surrender their idea of superiority. They need to surrender their white privilege. They need to surrender their blindness, because it's unsustainable this way. Like Donald Trump is going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Juneteenth, in the city where there was Black Wall Street. He's doing that on purpose. He's going to Jacksonville where they had Axe Handle Saturday on purpose. So, and the idea that people, it's really as simple as this: you cannot pretend to be a decent human being, know what he's doing, and call yourself a decent human being. You can't. You cannot be. You can be a Black Republican. You can be whatever, but you can't be a decent human being and turn a blind eye to the kind of division and hate and resentment that this man sows. You can't. So I don't understand.
So DL, what kind of, because I watch you on CNN, on all the TV shows that I love. I like if you on, like, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, sit down and watch. I follow you on Instagram. I'm always one day I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna sit down and just really tell you how much and how long have I. First of all, you was the first host of BET's Comedy. I talk about you in them cross color outfits.
Hey, let's get back to the white Calvins. Let's not talk about that.
Let's talk about them cross colors outfits.
Them
I know you still got them.
They used to be fresh.
It ain't like you outgrew them, DL.
DL, I went and got every last one of those cross color outfits. Everything you want on Comic View, I went and got it. Okay. You can believe that, man.
But let me tell you this, Kay. I only did 3 months in the joint. See, that's what happens when you don't use cross colors instead of Calvin.
It's all good.
Yeah, man. We follow you on Instagram, man, and we'll text each other or send each other, like, man, like we follow, like you and Sean King. Like, if you don't go to your Instagram and Sean King Instagram every day, you ain't Black and you don't know what the hell is going on, man. And like, I follow you, man, and just have so much love and respect for you because, man, you really, like, has become the way you speak out and you say how we really feel. You know what I'm saying? And what do you think about the presidential election coming up? And in the state of Georgia and all the stuff that they got going on.
I think that, it's funny because the same situations that we've had, the same obstacles Black people have had, are the same with technology. So they've always tried to stop Black people from voting. They always killed us. It is our response. Like when you watched what happened with George Floyd, you saw 4 police officers with their hands in their pockets. Nobody had a sense of urgency. And they knew that we wouldn't do anything. They did that in a Black neighborhood with Black and full of despair of Black people. They knew because they know ultimately in America, they know that they have slapped our ancestors so bad that we felt it. They knew that nobody would do anything. They knew, and we need to disavow them of that knowledge. You know what would never happen? You would never see them do that to a white motorcycle gang. You know why? Because they know that they would fight back. They know that they wouldn't have it. It went from a police action and an arrest to a murder. And you have the right as an American to defend. I'm telling you this. It can't just be that somebody I love or somebody I know. They should not be allowed to murder people and maim people in front of it in full view and feel that safe. And I'm not saying that little girl that took the picture because she's obviously a child, but there were grown men and women around. There were grown people around. Nobody raised their voice. Nobody screamed. Nobody came to the officers and tried to touch them. We can't. The fear that they have instilled in us is one that they should not be allowed to have. When those protesters, who wanted to go out, and these protesters who were mad because they couldn't get a haircut, they didn't do anything to them because they were armed too. You wouldn't see people shooting tear gas at people who they know might fight back. They cannot be allowed, with legislation or not, to brutalize our women like they do. They can't be allowed to brutalize our children like they do. They can't be allowed and feel safe. They cannot believe that we are going to stand by and just march when you hurt our people. They can't believe it.
Hey, y'all, D.L., can you do one more break with me? You got time?
For sure.
Okay, y'all, we coming back down the front page. We got D.L. Hughley on. We'll cancel everything else we got.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care. Hey, man, more D.L. Hughley coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 28 minutes after the hour, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, we got the one and only D.L. Hughley on the show this morning. One more time, D.L. Hughley.
What's up? How you doing, thanks, boy?
Hey, man, listen, we usually do the front page and something else right here, man. We have a wonderful opportunity to have you on the show, and I'm so excited to have you on, man. I have so much love and respect for you.
Likewise, young man. Likewise.
Man, I'm just trying to be like, hey, you know what, man? AK, tell me it's just me. We got two comedians. Do you not sit up and watch all D.L. Hughley videos? I would give anything I had to sit in that dressing room with you and Cedric the Entertainer. Like I was trying to.
But you know,
D.L., I told the manager I was going to take a weekend off. I just wanted to come and sit in your dressing room when you had a cigar. Y'all, you had them hats, man. Y'all be so cool. You and Ced and Eddie Griffin and man, I'm like,
man. Let me tell you, D.L. The old Uptown Comedy Corner. One of the greatest, and I still tell people to this day, one of the best conversations I've ever had with any comedian, just about life and comedy and career, all that, was a conversation I had with you about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago. It was a long time ago.
And Chris Rock showed up. I remember that.
Man, just so much, man. So much wisdom, so much just insight on things. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that to this day, man. To this day.
Man, thank you, man. And I can only wish that I was around 20 years ago to stop you from the Calvin Klein and white pants and that.
It was unfortunate.
You know what I'm saying? I wish I could have stopped it before it happened. You feel me?
But you know what? I'm glad there was no cell phones around then, so there's no video of it. So yeah, that's the only thing that saved me.
I'm gonna tell you what. Every time you turn around, somebody always got video of everything. They
we gonna
white people have video of everything. They like I was just going through my photos and I saw this. They have videos.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Donald Trump is fanning the flames of racism, hyping up the police because they act like warriors? They don't act like citizens, that's here to de-escalate and serve the community and the people. What are your thoughts?
I think the police, they're kind of separate things. Donald Trump is not responsible for racism, but he is, honestly, because it predates him. But he has given it a voice and a patina that it never had before. And in terms of police, America really needs to understand policemen, in terms of policing black people, are doing exactly what they were brought to do, which was to keep us out of places where we don't belong and where they think we do. That's it. And they've done that by when there are uprisings, they go to protect property. They don't come to protect people. They go to protect targets instead of people who have targets on their back. And in America right now, I wish that we would understand. Stop killing us should not be a request. It should be a demand. And no human being needs to ask another human being for permission to exist. And that is something the fact that they believe that they have that right, the fact that they believe that our lives are in their hands, that they have the giver of life, that they are arbiter of how viable a life is and when it matters, lets you know that we're functioning on a whole different level. Like when a Candace Owens will tell you all that George Floyd did, but she doesn't summarily also tell you what the police Siobhan is. Two of those police officers, one of those police officers had 7 charges, convictions against him, and he still became a police officer. Siobhan had 18. He had 18 complaints in 20 years. The only professions where you can have 18 complaints from the public and still keep your job are priests and policemen. Those are the only people that can do that. You could get that many complaints and people still let you keep your job and your uniform. And it is time, literally, for us to stop killing us on a question or a supplication and make it a demand. No human being has the right to tell you don't have the right to exist. Nobody should feel safe destroying us like they do, and know that we're not going to do anything about it. Nobody should feel that way. It defies humanity. Nothing. The most base instinct any being has is the instinct for survival. And people got to remember, George Floyd died saying "sir" to that man, and he still killed him. Sir, you can't. That is the highest form of fear and respect, and it did not work, and he still killed him. He died begging that man not to do it, and we saw it and didn't and sat there. No.
Hey man,
no sir. Can I happen?
Man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I hope you come back on. You can come, DL. I don't care. You can come on the show anytime.
Well, we should have dinner while I'm here. We'll socially distance.
Right. Hey, DL Hughley is going to be at the Addison Improv tonight. So call the Addison Improv and get your tickets, man, and go and check out my man, DL Hughley, our fellow comedian but mentor, big brother. One day I'm gonna tell you how nice you were to me when I opened up for the Kings of Comedy that time, and how the sit down conversation that we had all those years ago. I was sitting up there looking at you, said Bernie Mac and Steve, and just shaking my head like I really want to be like them one day. And but thank God for people like you and taking a stand. You are the Muhammad Ali of comedians. And we love
man, well, I love you, man, and thank you, man. I appreciate
all that.
Man, love you too, man.
All that.
Yeah, we were so excited to see you on the list today, man. I was like, yeah. Hey, DL, I got up and got sharp. You know, you got to get sharp. You got DL on the show. I got my white Calvin Klein jeans on. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DL Hughley.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Yes, son.
Bye-bye.
Hey, man, thank you so much, DL. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, anytime, man. I'll holler at you soon, Rick.
Okay.
For sure, man.
Please. Hey, Chef Jannard Wells up next. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got Quarantine Cooking with Chef Jannard.
In the hell.
What up?
What's good,
boy,
man?
Let me find out you cooking some black-eyed peas and neck bones in this hot weather.
I know, right? And some collard greens and hog maws.
What you got today, man?
Man, we smoking it up on the grill. I call it Smoke Out Fried. It's got some smoked lamb ribs. Smoked lamb ribs, and we got some smoked sweet potato bites, man. We doing it all on the grill, and it is finger licking good and licks, man.
How do you put that together?
Look, lamb ribs are traditionally just like any other kind of ribs you'll get, except it's actually lamb. And what you do is you create you a nice rub. We got some barbecue seasoning, brown sugar, smoked paprika, cumin, cinnamon. Rub it, smoke it on the grill for about an hour at 375. But then the key is taking them sweet potatoes, dicing them up with some onions and olive oil, putting them on the grill and smoking them as well for about 45 minutes. It's an amazing combination that comes together so well, and it's a great alternative for those if you don't want to do pork or you're looking for something different than beef. The lamb is very good. You know, a lot of people like doing lamb chops, but the lamb rib is just as great.
Worthy of the lamb. Man, let everybody know how they can find that recipe, man.
Man, go to official Rickey Smiley page on Facebook. That's where it's going down all day, every day.
Hey, let me tell you something. I know you're a good chef and all that stuff. You good. But you will never in your life, and you can say, I said it to your face, you will never fry fish better than a knock-kneed woman with no top teeth. I promise you that.
Hey. Look, and a pinky ring on at the same time.
Come on, man. Get off this phone, man. Y'all give it up for Chef Jannard, y'all. What'd it say, Rock?
Knock-kneed and no top teeth.
No top teeth.
Rock. If she knock-kneed and ain't got no top teeth, I swear it ain't a person on this earth can fry fish better than her. I meant that.
Pronounce no words with TH beginning.
Rock, that's so true. You can put that in the Bible. That can go right behind Revelation. That's facts, Rock.
Better go in Deuteronomy.
I experienced this. I know this for a fact. If she ain't got no top teeth and offer you some fish, you be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm on that, dog.
Never let no lady with all her teeth fry your fish. It ain't gonna be good.
Cigarette in her mouth.
Hey, man, have a good day, man.
All right.